Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing.
Welcome to Crafty Beach. This is Julie. Today I'm going to show you how I put together this beautiful spring tier tray using items from the Dollar Tree and the Dollar Spot at Target. So let's get started. The first thing I want to use is one of these little Boxwood tiles from the Dollar Spot at Target. Aren't these adorable? I had to get one because I knew I could at least do something with it. And I'm thinking that I can cover the top tier of my 2-tier tray with this, but it's a little too wide because it's shaped like a rectangle. So I'm just going to trim off one row of the boxwood to make sure it fits, but it was also a little too short. So I thought I would just go ahead and see if I could attach that to the end. I really want this to look like a garden and flowers for spring because Easter is over, and so but spring is still here, so I definitely wanted to do something really springy. So I just attached that to the end with hot glue, and then I'm kind of trying to find the center because there is a pole in the middle of my tier tray, so I'm going to cut out just like the center part of the boxwood tile. And then I'm also going to have to cut a row so that I can slip it on to the top of my tier tray. And these are really cute. I'm really glad I picked one of these up at the Dollar Spot at Target. So that is ready to go. I made a perfect little cover for the top of our tier tray. I got this tier tray on Amazon. I will post a link below. It was a homemade tier tray and it is beautiful. I love this tier tray. It's so pretty. So that fits perfectly, and it reminds me of a little garden bed for the top of the spring tier tray. Now, I got a couple of these trellises. You get 2 for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and these are the plastic ones. And I thought I could do like a little trellis for the top of the tier tray. So it's a little long with the little stakes on the bottom. So I'm just going to use my scissors and just cut that off. And the first thing I want to do is to cover the trellis with some greenery. So I thought I would use some of this artificial ferns from the Dollar Tree. These are pretty cool. I like these. I was thinking, ivy would be good, but I didn't really have any. And I was like, okay, I'm going to use what I have. So these are pretty large. You get quite a few in a package. I think it's, 4. And I thought about just putting them on there straight like that, but then I thought it would look a little bit better if maybe I kind of mixed it up, made them diagonal and stuff like that. So I'm just going to start tying the greenery on to our trellis with just some twine from the Dollar Tree. You could use zip ties as well, but I was thinking the twine might be even a little bit easier. And this was like the quickest and easiest tier tray that I think I've ever made, and it turned out so sweet. So I'm just going to kind of angle them, tie them at any junctions that I see, and I'm just trying to get maximum coverage of our trellis with just lots of greenery. I decided to cut this one in half to kind of cover the bottom part, and same thing, I'm just tying it off with some more of the twine. And thank you so much for watching this video today. If you wouldn't mind, I would appreciate a like. And when you're done watching, if you could leave a comment, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, well, what are you waiting for? I'm almost to 5,000. I've been doing this a year, so I'm super excited about that. And I love doing Dollar Tree DIYs. Lots of coastal beachy decor and seasonal for sure. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to kind of push some of them back behind the trellis to kind of, let you see the trellis. I don't want to completely hide it, but I wanted a little bit of variety. So I decided to use some of these little ferns from the Dollar Tree as well. I'm loving all these new greenery products they have at the Dollar Tree. So easy to work with. You don't have to cut them or anything. They're like ready to go. So I thought I would just kind of like fill in any holes on our trellis with this kind of fern, just to mix it up a little bit. I didn't want the twine to be visible on these though, so I'm just going to attach these with hot glue. Easy peasy. They're very lightweight, so they're very easy to glue down. I would also like to take a moment to invite you to our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Crafty Beach. I will post a link below. It's just a great Facebook group for me to show you what I'm working on, for you to show me what you're working on. I would love to see what you're crafting. If you do any of the projects that I post, I would love to see your version of it. So come join us over on Facebook. I'm also on Pinterest and Instagram. I'm trying to get into those Instagram reels. So I would love to have you over there as well. And I'll post a link to all of those below. And I think that looks pretty good. So I thought for flowers, I could use some of these metal flowers that I found at the Dollar Tree. I picked one up in this beautiful like salmon pink color and one in like ivory. And they're just little metal flowers with little hangers on them. So no stakes or anything involved. I thought these would be perfect for the trellis. And I don't think they're going to be too heavy or anything like that. So I thought I would kind of like put them like that. That kind of looks good, kind of offset them on our little garden trellis. And then I realized, hey, they're upside down. So I'm going to just go ahead and use the existing hanger and just kind of put it over one of the plastic trellis links for this pink one and kind of pull that down, and easy peasy, right? And then I want to attach the ivory one as well. And this one was a little trickier because I don't want them to be even on the trellis. I kind of want to offset them. And so I do put it on the trellis like before. I was having trouble getting it on there like exactly the way I want it though, because I do want that one to be higher. So to accomplish that, I'm just going to attach it to the plastic trellis frame with some hot glue. And problem solved. I thought about decorating this trellis with some more flowers, but I thought it might be a little too much. I kind of like the simplicity of the super big metal flowers on here. So making sure those are attached. And then I'm just going to use a piece of twine, and I'm going to tie that on my trellis so that I can tie that to the center pole of my tier tray. I'm also going to do this on the top of my tier tray. And it's going to look like we have a little garden trellis coming out of the back of our little garden there, right? So I'm going to kind of push that down into that boxwood, and then I am just going to simply tie that twine around the center pole of my tier tray. And I'm like, well, you know, it is visible, but I'm just going to tie it into like a simple little bow, and it'll look cute. So that's what we do. I kind of like have it tilting back slightly to make sure that it stays in place without any more ways to attach it. But I think that looks really cute. Love it. Now check out this little bird I just found at the Dollar Tree. It's light blue. The first time I've seen these. They also have them in pink. And I thought this would be perfect for a spring tier tray. And I also found this little yellow flower dish. Same location, I've never seen it before. It's perfect. So I really wanted to work with these like pastel colors. So I thought these would be perfect for a little garden up here on the top. So we're going to put our little bluebird over here on the side. And then we can put that little yellow flower next to him. And look how the pink and the yellow and the blue and the ivory all go so well together. I really wanted to do a very like light pastel spring tier tray that's going to go with the coastal decor in my home. So top shelf done. So let's get started on the bottom shelf. I found this great vase filler at Target on clearance. It's back in their home decor section. They have all of their spring items on clearance, and I thought these looked very coastal. They are so pretty. You get like 3 of the pink tulips, 2 of the yellow flowers, 2 of the white flowers, and also a little bit of this greenery. I'm going to use it just because I have it, but they are like woven. It's kind of hard to describe, and they are so pretty. I'm so glad I picked these up. I think these are going to be great filler for the bottom tier of our tier tray. And, you know, they're very rustic looking, very coastal looking, not sparkly or shiny at all. And I thought they were perfect, and I don't even have to make them. So, love them. So here's a little close-up of all the different kinds of flowers. And then I got this little sign, All Things Grow with Love, at the Dollar Tree. I thought this would make a great sign for the bottom. So I'm just going to try to take off the stake and the hanger on the back. The stake kind of broke in half when I tried to pop it off. It was actually attached kind of well. So I'm going to have to try to pry that off, and there we go. And I thought to just make it stand up, to make a very simple sign for our tier tray, I'm just going to use one of those wood cubes from the Dollar Tree to make a little base for the back. Trying to get all the staples and stuff out of there so that I can attach it. And I'm just going to attach that little cube to the back with some hot glue. And we're going to have a very easy little sign for my tier tray. And I think this goes perfect with the spring and the garden vibe of it all. And the color's perfect as well. So just a base, and that is all that little DIY needs. Went a little crazy on the hot glue there. I am recording this on Easter and will release this the day after Easter, and I really hope all of you had a lovely Easter with your families. We have beach plans today, of course. And so that greenery that came with the filler, I'm just going to kind of spread that around the bottom tier. It's not the prettiest, but I had it, so it kind of goes with the vibe. So we're going to use that. And here's that sign that we just made. It's exactly the same height as like my bottom tier. So I did struggle a little bit getting it in there. But I kind of moved it around until it vibed. It's a little large, but I think it turned out really cute. So there we go. That's perfect. I also found this at the Dollar Tree with that little yellow flower. It's a little pastel green leaf candy dish. Or is it a candy dish? I guess it is. They're like little plates. And so I thought that would look cute as well. The colors are perfect, and a leaf will be perfect for the spring theme. I'm just going to use a little plate hanger that one of my friends made for me, and kind of stand that up on the back here to fill up the back part of my tier tray. It fought me a little bit, but I got it to stand up there. And then I thought I could make a sign out of one of these little spring hanging decor from the Dollar Tree. I was eyeing this little pink flower. It is the perfect pastel color and the perfect size for a tier tray. So I'm just going to steal that off of there and then try to make a way to make a little standing sign with this little pink flower. I'm going to use a little wood block. This is one of the giant Jenga blocks. I get these at Five Below. You get a whole huge box of them, and they're perfect for crafting. Just going to attach that to the back of the flower with a little bit of hot glue, and we have another easy peasy little spring sign for our tier tray. I told you these projects were easy today. And I'm going to kind of put this one over here on the side. Very cute. It's got a little bit of glitter on there, but you can't really tell. Okay, up next, I thought we could do another little flower sign. I got one of these galvanized metal flower standing signs from the Dollar Tree and some of these stickers from the Dollar Tree. They say they're for like a water bottle, so they're like super durable stickers, but you can use whatever you can find. I really liked the colors of these. I thought they went really nicely with all of the projects that we have made today. And so I'm just going to simply cover the galvanized metal with the stickers to kind of fill up most of the area of the sign, and we're going to have a very simple little spring sign for our tier tray, and I love that. The galvanized metal, I really like, putting Cricut vinyl, sometimes messages on them, but sometimes they're a little bit hard to read. And so I really like using either decals or stickers and stuff like that, or paint to kind of, take it up a notch, because I don't want it to be boring, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and use all of the stickers that came with that little package and cover up most of the galvanized metal. But you're going to be able to still see a lot of it shining through, and that's going to be perfect for the front of the bottom of our little tier tray here. Super springy and the perfect size for a tier tray. I just happen to have this left over with some of my Easter decorations. It's just a little tiny bird's nest. I have no idea where I got it, but it's got some little blue robin eggs in there, and I thought that would be perfect for the tier tray since I do have a little bird on there. And I'm just going to kind of put that on the bottom there for a filler. And then we're going to go in with those flowers from Target that I got on clearance. And I'm going to just fill up the bottom tier with these pretty flowers. So first the little yellow woven flowers. Then we're going to put some of these little pink tulips around and the little white flowers as well. Just kind of scatter them around kind of in a random pattern just to fill up any space that I have. And I just love how this tier tray turned out. Even my boys, my husband, my son think it's so pretty. And I love it. I wasn't sure about doing a spring tier tray this late, but Easter's over and it's too early for Memorial Day or summer or 4th of July yet. So I definitely want spring in my home. And so that's it. Are you ready for the final reveal? Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Happy spring!